So here we are on Saturday, the 5th of August 2023, just after 8 o'clock. It's drizzling a bit. And I am following the British Transport Police advice, which is see it, say it, sorted. So if I say it, perhaps it will get sorted and sorted in your minds. This is also called Take It Down, Frauds Using Fraudsters to Tell the Truth. So Gareth Barret, or Gareth Edward Barret, who's 40, he was 2 years ago, also known as Gar Bar Sifu, and Frank, someone, of a Moorfield Road, Backwell, Bristol. He was advertising on Facebook that he was my personal security, but he lived 2.5 hours drive away. Various people who have some experience in combat went and saw him and said that he was a fraud. They told me this recently, though, like in the last couple of months. And what Gareth Barrett was telling me is that Evelyn Rothschild was going to pay him £90,000 to attack me on the internet and on social media, and that Gareth Barrett wanted a Westminster vehicle. He wanted a second-hand Armoured Range Rover, which he could get for £27,000. And he also said he could get a modern bulletproof jacket, bulletproof vest, and an ID card, right? So what happened was Gareth Barrett was, he turned up on the 9th of July 2020, unexpected, to be my security at a signing where I signed in as the King of England on the 9th of July 2020 in Buckinghamshire with 24 witnesses who signed. Some of the people that signed were MI5 and MI6, which is kind of unusual. And about 80% of the people took photos and videos of it, and none of them were forwarded to me, which is kind of interesting. So Gareth Barrett wanted £40 for the bulletproof vest, and I was thinking that it would be one of these new thin bulletproof vests, but it was in fact this bulletproof vest, which is about 1 inch thick and quite weighty. So that was no special contact. But working for Evelyn Rothschild, he did say, whether it's true or not, he did say that Evelyn Rothschild was in a live-in relationship with his nephew Carl Rothschild. Time will tell if that's true. Evelyn Rothschild was using Gareth Barrett, call him Gareth Barrett, Gareth Edward Barret. He was using Gareth Edward Barret as a functionary with the excuse of frauds committed for plausible deniability. So what Gareth Barrett did for me, or Evelyn Rothschild did for me via Gareth Barrett, was produce this identity card. Which kind of is the Rothschild acknowledgement of me as the King of England, King of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So that was kind of interesting. And once they'd done that, I was just looking at, once they'd done that, then Gareth Barrett went on Facebook and did some interviews absolutely trashing me once he'd given me that card, which was from the Rothschilds, acknowledging me as King John III of England. And I thought about exposing it at the time, and I thought, I'll just leave it. And I'll see what happens to Evelyn Rothschild, and I'll see what happens to Gareth Barrett. So on the 14th of April 2022, Gareth Barrett was charged with fraud and got 21 months in prison. And the frauds he got charged with were for £379 for a gym membership at Flex Fitness Academy, using ex-Army's date of birth and home address and military service records to obtain a passport, false insurance statements, Barclays bank account, registered medical centre, member of the Royal Engineers Association, Scouting Association, and then displayed these on social media. So he was kind of just doing the absolute obvious to show that he was a fraud, as though it was part of his payment, or the Rothschilds were setting him up so they didn't have to pay him the £90,000, setting him up as a fraud. However, he was charged on the 14th of April 2022. He was charged, not 2014, 2022, and he got 21 months. So he's due to come out on the 14th of January 2024. Now, amongst his records, which are still listed on LinkedIn, his fake military record is still listed on LinkedIn, which is really weird. So he apparently went to the University of Dusseldorf 1990 to 92 when he would have been 10 years old, and was a uniform public service level 2. And then he was British Armed Forces Royal Combat Engineer 1993 to 94. And then he went to Western College and his door supervision level 2, 2013 to 14. But it's a remote learning college, so you don't need someone on the door. And he was British Armed Forces Royal Engineer December 1994 to June 2010 for 15 years, 7 months, based in Glasgow. And these are all up still on LinkedIn. So it's just LinkedIn is actually continuing with fake work records. So then, as further frauds using fraudsters to tell the truth and fake on fake to have plausible deniability, Gareth Barret created the Walter Mitty Hunters Club HQ UK on the 15th of August 2022, but this was 4 months after he was sentenced in April 2022. And then there's another the Walter Mitty Hunter Club HQ group, so the word UK at the end is replaced with group, and it was created 8th of November 2015 and has 12,105 members. So what we've got, then what happened? So Gareth Barrett was imprisoned for 21 months on the 14th of April 2022, and then on the 7th of November, Queen Elizabeth died on the 8th of September 2022, and then 2 months minus a day later, on the 7th of November 22, aged 91, Evelyn Rothschild died. So I actually didn't need to sort anything. Gareth Barrett went to prison and Evelyn Rothschild died. So my intuition was correct on that. That's it really. It's just weird. It's just weirdness. You see, I'll see if I can do this. I'll see if I can do that. So you get to see this vest. Hey, there it is. The vest. 40 quid. Plus the ID card. Wherever that's gone. Yeah, so what was happening was they were setting me up. The Rothschilds were acknowledging me as the King of England, but using a soon-to-be convicted fraudster to do it, and turning a blind eye to his frauds and even assisting in his frauds, which is really weird. So that's why I've called this Take It Down, Frauds Using Fraudsters to Tell the Truth. And the LinkedIn false army record of Gareth Edward Barret is still up. So, yeah, that's anyway. See it, say it, sort it. The British Transport Police can sort this, it'd be great. What I was going to say. He had a retarded brother. It was just slow. You can't use the word retarded anymore. But really, his handshake was like shaking a mackerel. You know, there's no movement in it, dead, and it was a wet handshake, and he couldn't form a sentence. So I think sort of a really low IQ was part of the family. Yeah. So anyway, enjoy your evening, and thanks for watching. My numbers are boosting. Yay!